he was able, like, he just gave me a couple of like little details. That I was like, oh man, you are totally right. And I'll give one to you right now.
Tell me.
Just focus on the section in front of you. We're surfing this spot that I had not surfed before. It's a little bit of a novelty spot, and there's some rocks and stuff, and the waves weren't great. So you had to kind of watch out for the rocks. And so I would find myself getting up on a wave and like sizing up where
you're going to end up.
Where I'm going to end up, right? And then I was always out of sync. And it was also a little bit of a weird wave that he even said it's like took me a couple of years to kind of figure out where to do a turn and stuff. But I found myself where I had waves that had sections on them, but I would be zigging when I should have been zagging and bobbing when I should have been and whatever. And so I found myself at the end of the wave, like not having done a turn multiple times. He's like, dude, just focus on the first section. And if you do the first section right, you'll come out of it with the exact right amount of speed and projection to do the second section right, you know? And then the more we talked about that, and that seems like so obvious and so basic, but the more that we talked about it and broke it down to its kind of distilled level, that's all that surfing is. Yeah. That's what you were talking about with Gabriel Medina a few minutes ago, is you're living in the moment. If you're ever thinking about the future or regretting the past, you're missing the now.
Wow, look at you.
This kind of Buddhist enlightenment kind of philosophy of living in the exact moment. That's what all the best surfers are doing. And so he talked about spending time with Tom Carroll in Australia. And Tom, that was the detail that Tom told me. He goes, dude, no, you're blowing it. You're looking, most surfers are sitting out here looking for a set wave. Just what's the most water moving at me? Because that's what I'm going to go on. You're overlooking. The set wave's rarely the best wave.
Yeah.
The in-betweener that has the right angle on it, and it has like the lip has a certain crumble on it because it's a cross up of this or that. You want to be looking for all of those little details. And so as it relates to once you're up and riding, you're also doing the exact same thing. You're just focused on this. If you're trying to take in the totality of the ocean, you're missing the entire point. You're just taking in this finite detail of the moment. Yeah.
I for so long, for most of my surfing life, thought, or since surf coaching became a thing, thought, what's this hooey? Like, this is all fake. That's how I felt. You have either ability or you don't. It's all native and natural and whatever. When we had Shane Beschen on the podcast on Dirty Water a couple weeks ago, not that I've ever done a proper air, but he said something about like some quick coaching tips on airs, like push versus pull. Like when you hit the wave, you're pushing, but then you pull all in, because once you're in the air, the slightest toe touch will send your board, there's nothing pushing against your board. Where I never even thought about that. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Which made me think, what else don't I know? Which made me think, time for me to get a surf coach. Funny that you bring this up.
Well, it's despite Michael sharing that insight with me, I didn't feel any more inclined to get a surf coach. Well, but because it's too much effort. Like surfing to me, I just want to go. I want to not really think about it. It's surfing. I don't know. It's like, it's a reprieve from all of the work that I do the rest of my life. And in theory, I want to get better at it. And I think I'd enjoy it more the better I get at it. But I don't know.
What if Devin Howard could be your surf coach, where you have that soothing voice in your ear?
He'd be a pretty good one.
I mean, it's like double soothing your surf session. Not only are you getting better, you're getting more soothed.
He is. He's very articulate, and he always does a great job of explaining what's happening. So if Devin and I were in the water together and he then gave me organic coaching, I would take that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go surf with Devin Howard is what I'm going to do.
The moment it feels like homework, I'm packing my bags.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Devin, it would feel cerebral.
Devin would never make it feel like homework.
It feels soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.